guys, Long Haul Larry and Big Blue. It is December 12th, 2019, and we are down here in Lebanon. I believe this is Lebanon. Yeah, Lebanon, Missouri. And this is where we made it to last night. I delivered my load up into Wisconsin, and then I ran over to Maricold out there by Plover, Wisconsin Rapids, and picked up a load. And I'm heading on my way down to Texas, and this is where I made it to last night. Something interesting here. This is this little place. Been here many a times. I kind of like these little truck stops like this. What's really fascinating is it's an older Golf gas station. It's a truck stop, and yeah, it's a little bit dumpy and stuff and everything. But you can always find parking in these instead of like a Pilot or something. But this place, what's really interesting about this place is they're actually remodeling the whole place. They're adding on. They're doing this whole remodel on a place. The bathroom in this place is like really fancy. But it's kind of neat to see an older gas station being remodeled instead of being turned over to a Pilot or a Love's or something like that. So this is I like coming here. Always like stopping here. I made a comment one time, a joke about that place of Slim Chickens across the street, and I'm like, why would you advertise you have slim chickens? Don't you want fat chickens when you're gonna eat them? But I ate there once. It was really good. It was pretty good ones. There's a JB Hunt. Don't let them see us. But look at that. There's a Celadon truck. I bet you it's been abandoned. I saw that before when I walked in. But we have an issue with Big Blue. What is happening is the engine fan will not shut off. It just runs all the time. So I ended up stopping. I checked the fuses and everything, and all the fuses seem to be okay. So my next step is I'm going to change out this solenoid that controls the engine fan. And so I stopped and we got this here. And it's from PACCAR. It's a solenoid three-way. Try to stay out of the wind. PG906047. And it's just a little solenoid. And we're just going to change this out real quick. And this should get our engine fan working good. The main problem with the engine fan is it doesn't shut off. So the big problem with it last night was it just affects my fuel mileage. It still runs and everything, but the engine fan will be locked into the on position all the time. I spilled some coolant, don't look at that. My coolant was a little low, so I topped it off and spilled it, the wind hit it. But the engine fan is locked on all the time, and so it actually just affects the fuel mileage. So we're just gonna get it fixed up, but it is right here. This is a 2015 Kenworth t680. Got the Cummins engine in it, and right here is where the solenoid is for the engine fan. It's pretty easy to find these. It's pretty easy to figure out where they are. There's going to be an air line that comes off of the fan solenoid down here, and you just want to follow that air line, and it'll be someplace. It'll be maybe in the center, someplace on a firewall here, and you follow it in, and the air line's going to go in here. And then it's also going to have an air supply here too. And then it's got the wire plug. So pretty simple. Don't really need too many tools. First thing we're going to do is release the airline here. And you can just use a wrench. It's got one of these quick disconnects. And all you can do, this is like a 3/8 wrench I grabbed, and all you do is you just put it over the hose here, and you just press down on this outer piece of plastic, and then you pull back on the airline. I think that's going to be okay. We'll see. If it leaks at all, I'll have to cut this off and redo it, but we'll see if it's okay. So we got that one. That goes to the fan. Alright guys, we got the airline off. As you saw, air is going to just come all out and everything else. And that's your air supply. And one way to test to see if this is working is it had air to it. So if you turn the key, I could have showed that to you guys. If you turn the key and let everything cycle, the fan should spin freely. If it doesn't spin freely, that's weird. That's weird how that bolt is just sitting up there like that. I don't know what was supposed to be on there. It looks like it just wasn't tightened down. Probably when they rebuilt the engine. I can't turn it though, so it's like locked in that position. But when you turn the key on and everything and cycle everything, it will release the clutch fan. And so then the clutch fan, this will turn by itself without turning over the belt and everything. We got ourselves a 13mm socket here. And just simply one bolt. I'm kind of going through the system here and I'm kind of checking things and see, and I tell you right now, I've checked the fuses for the engine fan, and that seems, and all the fuses seem to be fine. So this is my next step, is to replace this. And it's like $80 for this solenoid. So we're gonna replace this here. Pretty basic. It's got your wires plugged in here. This is off to your engine fan, this is your air supply, and then it's got a little vent hole on the bottom for the air to purge out. And if this doesn't work, then the next thing is going to be going to the clutch fan itself. So pretty simple. Just gonna put the new one on here. Trying to hide from the wind in here, so there's not a lot of wind noise on the camera here, but bag is trying to fly away. Don't need to crank down on or nothing, you just need it to be tight so it doesn't vibrate loose or nothing. And then all you do is just press the hoses back into it, just give it a little tug and that locks them into place. Same thing here. There we go. And we just plug in our electrical cord. There you go. Simple fix. Now we'll get to see if the engine fan is in a free spin situation. Hopefully that'll take care of it. If it doesn't, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this apart. This is the air line going to it. I'll pull this apart and make sure there's air coming to it, but I believe there is. And if there is not air coming to it, then we still have an electrical problem or something. If there is air coming to it and the engine fan is not releasing, then we might have to replace the clutch fan. And that's just right down there. You can see that deal out there. There's just like 6 or 8 bolts on the outside of that. It's on the back side of the fan towards the radiator. And you just reach up through here with a wrench and you loosen them up, and that whole fan assembly will come off of there. And boy, my Freightliner had a lot more room. I'd probably have to take the coolant tank off to be able to get to it. Some brackets over there. But, and then you just pull that out and there's a clutch assembly there and you just replace it. But, let's It's hoping that this will fix it, so I'll fire the truck up, get some air going to it, and we'll see if it works. All right, guys, we have our system. We ran it for a while and everything, got air all built up into it, and you can see now here, you can see that the engine fan is locked up. I'm pushing on it with my hand here. It's locked up. We'll turn the key on. All right, we got the key on now. It'll do all of its cycling and everything. And there it goes. Now the engine fan is released. That's what we're looking for. That engine fan would not release. I should have showed it to you guys beforehand. It's a quick way to test it. If you're driving on the road and you hear all this, you know, it just, engine sounds like it's racing a lot. Plus there's a little thing on the dash that shows that the engine fan is running. If it's on all the time, you can come out here and just check this. You have the engine off like this. And if you got the key on, you have air in the truck, but you can't turn the fan like that, you just can't spin it like that freely, then your engine fan is locked up. You can check a fuse. There's a fuse in the fuse box there. It's gonna be a different place on different trucks. But then the next thing to go to is you can follow the air pressure and everything, but I kind of had a feeling it was that. And so what I did is I just replaced that, and now we got it. Now we're working. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna have better fuel mileage. That's the main thing about it, is the fuel mileage was sucking because a lot of the engine power was going for the fan. It puts a strain on the engine and everything, and it runs all the time. That's why it cuts in and out. It's only supposed to turn on when the temperature rises to like above 200 degrees, then the engine fan turns on and cools the engine off a little bit, and then it shuts back off. So there we go, we're good to go. One thing I just noticed is I have a little air leak here, and it is this little quick disconnect thing right here. It's right here. You guys know how I love these quick disconnects, so I will probably get another fitting here and get an actual one that you tighten up and everything and replace that here. I'll do that in the next day or two. Stop someplace and get one. But there we go. We'll fire this thing up. I'm wondering if this guy is a Celadon driver. I don't think so. Maybe he is. Let's see if he'll talk to us. You can see the stuff that got going on here. Sorry about the wind. But this is an older place, and they're remodeling and everything. They got themselves a little shop. I kind of like this. I like seeing that they're fixing up the older place instead of having some new pilot or something. But it's a work in progress. They're fixing it all up. They're like adding all these walls on the outside, these nice brick walls and stuff. And they've actually extended this whole thing out here. And they're building onto this and everything. That whole part down there wasn't there, that's been added on. Yeah, I was just thinking the other day I had a repair on that trailer. And I used that repair kit thing that I always carry with me. It's right here. And right here they are 3/8 quick fix, and you can see what they are. It's 14 bucks. And I thought, you know what, I like to support these little gas stations like this. So I thought, you know what, I used the other day, I used one on the hose on the back of the tractor, and I used one on the trailer R70. So I thought, you know what, might as well buy a new one here. I need a replacement. So I got one in there in case something happens, so I bought another one. There you guys, time to hit the road. Start making our way to Fort Worth, Texas. That was the owner of the truck stop that was checking on that truck right there, that Celadon truck. He just decided that's a good place to throw out the garbage, I guess. He didn't want to be on camera and stuff. I talked to him, he said he didn't want to be on camera. But he actually got a phone call from somebody and I'm not sure if it was like a bank or if it was Celadon or something, but I think they were GPSing and they saw the truck was sitting there, so they called this truck stop and they asked him if they saw one of their trucks out there, and he went out and sure enough there it was, and the truck is completely cleaned out and just sitting there, and the keys are just sitting in the truck. I did take a walk around and I don't see a trailer anywhere. So don't know if the guy was just bobtailing, didn't have a trailer or what. But he was on the phone with the company, whoever he was talking on there, and he's like, yep, truck's sitting here, it's all cleaned out, and the keys were sitting in it too. And so they said, okay, we'll get somebody over there to get it. So he locked it up, and he told them, well, whoever shows up, tell them to come and check in the truck stop. I'll have the keys in here. So he was going to take care of it, I guess. So we are heading off to Fort Worth, Texas. We got ourselves 491 miles to go. Showing myself arriving at about 7:46, but we're not going to drive it straight. I'm actually going to be making a pit stop off at Joplin. I am in need of quarter fenders. I had a tire blowout a while ago, and it tore up one of the quarter fenders. And then this truck has had a bunch of vibration with tires and stuff. Well, that's all been resolved now, but the other quarter fender was all cracked and it's all come apart and everything else. So my quarter fenders are in need of a replacement, and I was talking to Boss Man about it, and he was going to give me a set of plastic ones, this, you know, the ones that are on all the trucks. And I told him, I said, I'll tell you what, how about some chrome ones? So he liked that idea, so I'm going to stop off here at Joplin and see what I can pick up for some chrome quarter fenders. And then I'll probably install those down in Dallas tomorrow, something like that. So I think I'll let you guys go. Just got to do some trucking. So I hope everyone out there is having themselves some great day, great night when you're watching this here video. If you are not, certainly could try to do that all over again tomorrow. Give it another attempt. I will catch you guys later. See ya.